today. From Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a look inside Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and able to get this out to the 25. And the Buffalo Bills. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
It's Week 17, Brandon, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's not going to win the MVP award. But that doesn't mean to me that he shouldn't get strong consideration. I think he's been terrific this year.
He has, and I think the highest praise came from the coaching staff, telling us that he's been more vital to our team than any other quarterback in the league. If your coaches are saying that, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I actually heard from an opposing coach earlier this week where he said, look, he's not going to win it, but he should. He's been the best player we've played against this season.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On second down, McCaffrey. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
It's good.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Bills 7, Rams nothing. Over at Rosas.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, it's Drake. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right, it might add a touch a little bit.
It's all right.
All right, grease board, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Defensively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
44-yard line.
McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Christian McCaffrey.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
Brings up third and
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
10 yards.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On second down now, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
First down.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
21 yards.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 6 catches, 88 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held him to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Rams 3.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey, and he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
On the handoff.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Christian McCaffrey.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Allen's throw is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st.
At the 37.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. There goes a deep ball, end zone. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Wentz now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
11 yards there, first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First and 10, here's Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Running, it's Drake. Get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
30-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
6.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
5-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is McCaffrey. And forget get that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2 from the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
10-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Brandon Cooks, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Wentz now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wentz to throw again. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28.
Complete to number 84. A big gain on the play.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Cam Newton, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Devin Singletary, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Michael Gallup, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On second down, it's Drake. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Taken down at the 41.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Throw left side complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Now Wentz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, and it's a fumble. Picked off around the 41.
Wentz's pass.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reuben Foster leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Wentz now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he stopped immediately there. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
Wentz's pass.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
He was taken down.
It's a 3-yard pickup. That sets up a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
The head coach is out of challenges now for the rest of the game. I'm not too sure he wouldn't like to have a few more challenges in his pocket.
And when they first start, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
Lining up for the play.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And here's Allen on third down. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
To T. Higgins.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. At the 47-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Allen from the gun on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And the lead is up to 5. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flipped the script here in the third quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, there weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
And we'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One final try here for Allen. And no, it's incomplete. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Tyler Johnson, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He dumps it off to Drake. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And here come the Bills. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. And they'll begin by running the option. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Intercepted.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Los Angeles.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he is out of bounds here. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Hunter Renfrow with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Cunningham now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Foles. That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
The Bills on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Foles. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Foles. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Takeover, 1st and 10.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Drake on the handoff.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Tyler Johnson.
1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
Wentz's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
Carson Wentz sacked.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now Drake. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Rams, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14.